it seems as if when we did these golden questions a couple weeks ago, or few days ago, and I came and I spoke about the vulnerabilities of Errol Spence Jr. Well, I got a lot of bad mail behind the scenes that people thought that Mainman, that I was exaggerating it from what I've been told. Mainman, you are exaggerating the things that Errol Spence Jr. does wrong. And I just made three simple points of the things that's going to be his downfall versus Terence Crawford. And I've been making those 3 points for as far back I can remember, fight fans. And let me just tell you, so since y'all think that I was exaggerating, because I got this behind the scenes, right? I can show you. I'm going to make this real painless and very, very easy to do. Very, very easy to do. The vulnerabilities of Errol Spence Jr. still exist. And they exist as recently as his last fight. They have not improved. These 3 things would get him a defeat against Terence Crawford, no matter how you slice it. And I've been saying this for as far back as I can remember. And I've even done video after video after video showing you, I've broken this down numerous times, showing you with different footage and everything like that, that these things still go on. And as I watch him in the most recent fights, I say to myself, they are still going on. I listened to Bomac not long ago. Bomac said, yo, we still notice that Errol Spence Jr. is doing the same old bad habits. Those bad habits has not changed, he says, since the amateurs. Now, I noticed those same bad habits. And it's just who the fighter is. He cannot change his spots. A cheetah can't change their spots, right? Zebra can't change their stripes. It's who he is. And those vulnerabilities is the thing that's going to get him defeated. Bad habit number 1, fight fans. Bad habit number 1. Spence still gets clipped between punches. As recently as the Ugas fight, when I watched that fight, bam, right there. This was going on all fight long. Let's run that back, man. I think they might have missed that. Look at this. He's doing his thing, and right between punches, this is still happening, fight fans. Well, man, I don't never see him get clipped between punches. That doesn't happen. What are you talking about? Every time someone is hurting him, most of the time, it's always from punches that he doesn't see. And it's in a lot of cases where he's always winning the fight. It's in a lot of cases where he is always winning the fight. And he either gets clipped at once upon a time through the fight, and it's always between punches. The only difference is, fight fans, is that none of them is Terence Crawford. And none of them were knockout artists. Neither was Ugas. Your man had 12 knockouts. 12. What if that's Terence Crawford landing a shot like this between punches, fight fans? What if that's Terence Crawford? Well, man. Well, I told him, I said, well, another vulnerability or another bad habit that Errol has not changed all of these years is the fact, and this just can come because he's a natural southpaw, but he gets touched with the right hand and hurt on several occasions with a right hand. The right hand still lands a lot on Errol Spence Jr. fight fans. As recently as his last fight, look how easy this right hand lands on Errol Spence Jr. When you look at this one right hand, there's another one. Oh, well, man, that was a grazing shot. That ain't mean anything. Well, there's a right hand right to the top of the temple. Well, that don't mean anything, man. Well, here comes another right hand. And well, man, what are you talking about? The right hand. He gets touched with right hands, fight fans, like it's no tomorrow. What does this mean for a fighter in Terence Crawford that switches southpaw, but his strong hand is still the right hand? I keep asking this question. I guess I'll ask it all the way up to July 29th. What happens? And you may say, well, man, well, it's no big deal. It is a big deal, because if you go back to when Ugas hurt Errol Spence Jr., fight fan, it was due to right hands. Oh, man, that was a push. That was a push. Well, here's my thing. Let's look at this very, very closely. That was a push right there, right? I'll give you that. That was a push. The head goes down, and we got what we at? One right hand right there. Then we got another one that comes right back. Bam! That's the right hand that knocks out the mouthpiece. It was due to right hands, fight fans. Right hands. If Ugas can have that kind of impact with a short right hand to the inside, what does Terence Crawford do? And I want y'all to understand, fight fans, what's also characteristic that I always accuse Spence of doing. If you notice, he's so focused on what he's doing that he's disregarding that anything that Ugas can do or bring at this moment. And he's just coming forward with shot after shot, disregarding what Ugas going to give him. You can't do that against Terence Crawford, because if Terence Crawford catch you with the short shots, boom, right there. If he catch you with another shot like that on the inside, boom, right there. I'm telling you, fight fans, he going to sleep. And these vulnerabilities show constantly on Errol Spence Jr. Oh, man, no, they don't. This was his most recent fight. This wasn't 2 fights ago, 3 fights ago. This wasn't a younger version of Errol Spence. This wasn't a version that, well, he got time to work on things. This is the same old Errol Spence with the same old bad habits that he's had since the amateurs. And those things right there, well, I don't care who's up on the scorecards. You make those mistakes right there, you're going to sleep. And those mistakes are made each and every fight. So if you don't want to believe the words of Mainman, at the very least, believe your own eyes. And remember that was a Ugas that had 12 knockouts. And this was Errol Spence Jr.'s last fight. That boy gonna get hit by a Mack truck. And he ain't gonna see it coming, fight fans. He ain't going to see it coming. According to Lewis Coleman, once Errol gets hit clean, he clams up or he freezes. That's facts. That is facts. And, you know, Kell Brook had him shelling up against them ropes. I'm telling you, and we know that Terence Crawford is the best finisher in the game. If he sensed those wobbly legs, if he catches him with a shot like that on the inside, if the right hand is landing at ease like that for Terence Crawford, if Terence Crawford with his crackerjack timing has the ability to land a shot between Errol's punches, it doesn't matter who's up on the scorecards, fight fans. It don't matter. That fight will be equalized. And if Ugas can do it, telling me that Bud can't do it. Come on, y'all. Come on. Word of the day says, Ryan Garcia should fight Rolly and then try to get a fight with Haney. Yeah, man. That'll probably be the route that he takes. And Haney will welcome that because it'll probably get some casual love. So for sure. Mr. All Hell Breaks Loose. Salute the main man again. I was in another boxing live and it was all yelling and screaming. No chat interaction. We talking boxing on top out here. Oh yeah, all day, fam. I'm always going to look out for the fam all day. And we always going to have an avenue, the main man, made man. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And I can't wait to get the phone lines back up and cracking. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. So thank you for that, champ. Thank you for that. You know what I'm saying? Raheem says, fair enough at Maine. This one will have to be answered in the fight. I don't see Crawford sitting in the pocket as much as Ugas. As well, that it also puts Crawford at risk and his body work and work rate. But he's going to have to put himself in those harm's ways. He's going to have to do that. He's going to have to, because he's going to have to need that range that he's going to have that dynamic knockout power, and that's that mid range. He's going to have to be right there to make it happen. He's going to have to face the storm. Look, I think that Terence Crawford fully realizes that Errol Spence Jr. is a walking tornado. He's a Tasmanian devil. You know what I'm saying? And he does have many layers to his game. Terence Crawford cannot sit there and just in a pocket and just let Errol beat on him. No, Terence Crawford is going to have to pick his openings and look for him. And look for him. And look for him. Lewis says, y'all got a question for you, man. What's the betting odds right now on Crawford knocking Spence out? Oh, good question, champ. You know what? We'll cover that in the next live stream. We'll go through some of the odds, man. I haven't even honestly been looking at the betting odds. We kind of still far out, but I'm sure that's a good question, bro. I do want to know what the odds on that. Expect that answer on the next one, man. I know for sure that Crawford is still the favorite to win the fight. As at least as the last time I checked, Crawford was still the favorite to win the fight. I don't understand all of these Errol Spence Jr. fans out here, but ain't nobody putting no money on the dude. Like, what y'all waiting on? I thought this was a shoe-in for Errol Spence Jr. With his fan base being so massive, I would have thought that they would have ran the odds up by now. I guess not. That's a good question, though, Lewis. I will look into that. I don't have that right off back, but I do definitely want to know that. You know what I mean? Carl Brown says, show the right hands that land on Bud every fight. Will do, champ, because that's exactly what I said that Bud's vulnerabilities was in that video that we talked about it. I'll show that, and we'll talk about that on the next live stream. But I agree with you. Bud is susceptible to a right hand in a slow-paced fight. I'm not gonna make no mince of that. But the thing is that the Spence fans thought that, oh, well, I'm exaggerating and I'm going overboard by saying that Errol got these vulnerabilities. These are his vulnerabilities. Each and every fight. And we might can add 2 teeth to that list too, because I don't know how good his teeth is if Ugar's knocking them shits loose. Hold on to your teeth, Holmes. Hold on to your teeth. Carl Brown says, yo, what if Errol smirk at Bud when he lands his best shot? I'm just saying. Yeah, well, you know, that's a lot of what ifs, bro. That's a big what if. We'll see. He's going to have to keep smirking because it's going to be more than one. Bud ain't going to stop, bro. He is not a boxer. He's a fighter, meaning that he finds a way to win. It ain't got to be pretty. It ain't got to be slick. It ain't got to be perfect. This has got to be a win. And at the end of the day, I'm expecting for Spence to have his moments, and I'm expecting for Bud to have his moments. But I'm just expecting for, well, we'll talk about that later. You know what I'm saying? Your call says, yo, I'm going to keep it real. I think that Spence is going to beat Crawford more easier than people think. Real talk. I think you're underestimating Crawford like he's been underestimated his entire career. See, the thing is, man, that's why I say, bro, like to the core Bud fans, you can't convince us that, oh, he's way out of his depth and, oh, he's going to get smashed and this, that, and because, yo, he's been counted out too much. You know how many people counted him out versus Sean Porter, only to switch their tunes? You know how many people counted him out versus Sean Porter, only to see him not get no credit, bro? So this ain't nothing new to us. This ain't nothing new to us, man. I got Australia on deck. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. I can show you that I got 500 on Errol already, says Carl Brown. I sound good. Okay. Well, you must be the only one putting some serious money on Errol because them odds ain't moving, champ. It ain't enough for y'all. Where's the massive fan base? Y'all, he got Texas, right? The Magic market. Where's the Magic fan base? Where's everybody showing up? It looked like Buzz people showing up. At least as far as the early betting is concerned. You know what I mean? As far as the early betting is concerned. So with that being said, fight fans, I just want everybody to know, man, it's no exaggerations here, man. And it is what it is.